Hi, everyone. This is Addie from stresslessoilmore.com. I'm here today with Gloria Smith. Hi, Gloria.
Hi, Addie. It's nice
Thank
to
you
see
so
you.
much. Thank you so much for being here.
Mhm.
And I will share a few words about Gloria. She has been a doTERRA wellness advocate since December of 2015. Being a registered nurse for years has given her a deeper respect for the natural benefits essential oils provide for her health and environment. Her husband, the dog Lucy Lou, their daughter Amanda, and their two granddaughters utilize several of the oils in their daily routine. So, Gloria, what are the most important essential oils for you?
I do have a few. I would say start early on guard. The essential oil is the one that really started taking a big place in our life. I went to the convention after I had joined, and I learned about the On Guard oil. And what had happened, my husband's health was not the best. He had worked for the railroad for years, and he had had an accident on the railroad where he was caught in a tunnel for 4 hours in a engine, and he and two other workers were gassed for 4 hours, and so they were taken to the hospital. The long-term event was that he ended up with what was called eosinophilia, which is the white blood cells are disease fighting. And what he started doing is having fevers and chills and lung infections like every 3 to 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, just one after the other after the other. And he pushed himself through it, but he was very sick. When I learned about On Guard, I suggested to him that he start taking it internally when he gets symptoms. So he did that. And so when he was really sick, we would do, a couple drops in a veggie capsule 3 or 4 times a day. He's been taking On Guard ever since, and he rarely, not even once a year, will have an infection, a chest infection, but it's nothing like it used to be. So basically, it has changed both of our lives. And he just the other day was telling me that he thinks it's kind of a miracle oil. So that's pretty exciting.
It is. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that story.
Yeah.
Great. I also love the On Guard products. Do you use anything else with the On Guard? Because there are so many products that are made with the On Guard
Oh,
blend.
definitely. Well, I certainly diffuse it, and then I use the On Guard, the cleaner, the On Guard hand wash, the laundry detergent. I mean, I just essentially every product that's On Guard, it's in our house and being used. So it's, I really appreciate it a lot.
Wonderful. I know you shared with me earlier before about the On Guard toothpaste.
You're right. And the experience that I had with the On Guard toothpaste is after I started using it for a few months, it was my time for going into the dentist. And so I went in, had my teeth cleaned, and my dentist he just came to me. He said, Gloria, what is going on? He says, your gums and your teeth, the health is just amazing. He said that everything is so clean before we even cleaned. And so I told him about the toothpaste, and then I got him signed up for some doTERRA. So that it's made, and it's continued to make a real difference. So I've got my family utilizing it also.
Wonderful. What other essential oils do you love using?
Well, one that I use frequently is the Digest Tab chewable tablets. And I do experience heartburn from time to time. And I find that if I take one of those tablets, if I am feeling discomfort, I mean, I really get relief just about immediately. And, there's some days I may have to take 1 to 2 tablets, but it's not an everyday thing, but it brings me relief. And again, I've had a couple family members, my cousin, who is now using the Digestab for similar symptoms. So that I really like. Another is lemongrass oil. And I come from a family history of high cholesterol. And a few years ago, I got my lab work back and my cholesterol was higher than it ever been. It was like 312, which is high. And so the doctor wanted to start me on a statin drug, and I wasn't real keen on that because of the side effects, et cetera. And so I had learned at convention again about lemongrass essential oil, and that it has vasodilating properties. It increases the blood circulation. So I started taking it again, a couple drops in a VeggieCap every day. And it was probably a good 3 months that I was taking it before I went in and had my lab work rechecked. And so as she was looking at it, she said to me, Gloria, what are you doing differently? And I kind of panicked and thought, oh my gosh, it's skyrocketed. It's even higher. And she said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because your cholesterol is down to 182, which is within normal limits. And that was within 3 months. So that's pretty exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to mention that it's great for people to work with their doctors and with supervision before they use essential oils as well.
Well,
Just want to share that.
and she was, open. She was definitely open to it, and especially after she heard that. And that's something that's real important. Me being an RN, I like to educate my doctors when, my personal doctors when I go in, but also my dentist. He started diffusing oils in his office too. So, that's exciting to get,
Yes.
them more familiar with them.
Wonderful. Well, how about for physical discomfort? What do you use for that?
Well, I mainly, I use Deep Blue rub, but I also, for joint pain in my hands, I've started using copaiba essential oil, and I just take it and I put a drop on my thumb, and I just kind of rub it in like that, and I find that it brings me pretty quick relief, and it lasts for a while. And so I started doing more knitting and handwork like that, and so I'm finding that sometimes I need that relief, and it's a big help. So I appreciate copaiba.
Yes, me too. I love copaiba as well. Are there any other essential oils that you can think of?
Well, one that's kind of because I talked about our whole family and our dog Lucy. She is a mini Aussie, and she's a well-behaved dog, but when she's very spirited, when somebody knocks at the door or comes to visit. And so what I learned at one of the conventions and is that there was the speaker talked about training wild horses, and she used the geranium, and basically what she was doing was putting it in there, rubbing it in their, drop and rubbing it in their ears. And this one horse that was pretty wild wouldn't allow them to shoe it at all. And so she got the horse to the point where she would call it, his name was Cool Hand Luke. She'd call him Luke and say hoof, and he'd raise his foot up, or his leg up, so that he could be shoed. Well, that impressed me a whole lot. So what I do when I know we're expecting company, or if there's, something going on that excites Lucy, I put, a drop of geranium on my fingers, my thumbs, and rub it in her ears. And she, within a minute or so, she is relaxed, lays down, and she's a different dog. And that, again, is pretty excited. I must admit that when she sees me coming to her with the bottle of oil, she tends to lay down and think, oh no, but it works on her. So anyway, so that's that has been a big deal.
Yes. Isn't it wonderful that we can use essential oils for ourselves and for our animals?
Absolutely. And you know, for our kids, our grandkids, we are fortunate enough before COVID that we had our granddaughters around a lot. And, you know, the Serenity is a big help for them when they stay over. One of them in particular has a harder time falling asleep. Put it on the bottoms of her, you know, the big toes, and rub it in, and it really, really helps. And I also diffuse it in their bedroom. So, and personally, I also take the Serenity capsules at nighttime too. So that's, you know, sharing it with our family is very important. So and it makes, you know, the On Guard too is when they're ill, they, you know, they come to see Mimi and they know there's going to be oils. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If something works, we have to share it. That's why we're
Mhm.
doing this
Mhm.
right now. That's
Right.
why we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, is there anything else that you'd like to share? How about supplements?
Well, from early on, when I got involved with doTERRA, the lifelong vitality I learned about and started taking that. I take that routinely every day, and I have now for years. And basically, I mean, I'm a lady, you know, who's over her 70s, and I'm a pretty darn healthy person. And I really attributed a lot of it to, you know, to taking the not only Lifeline Vitality, but I do the GX Assist and the PB Assist. I mean, there's several of them that I just put into my daily routine. Plus, also in my water, drinking a lot of water, I like to add the lemon oil, or I add, you know, grapefruit oil, and there's several of them that I enjoy that way. And of course, it's always important that we don't want to put them into containers that are plastic. It's better to have like a glass container that you're, you know, adding the oil to. So um, and so I just always have a glass bottle of water coming along with me.
Yes. Well, you do look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. And I love how you enjoy education and you want to know everything possible about essential oils and how they can help you and your family and people in your life. So I know
There's
that you've been to many educational events with this
mhm.
company and with, with other, um, not just convention, but a lot of other events that you've attended to learn more and to be confident um, of what you're using for yourself and for others. So
Yeah,
I appreciate.
I am a believer in essential oils, and I question, you know, being an RN at first, and oh, you know, and it didn't take me long, especially the integrity, going to the conventions and the integrity of doTERRA, and it's just, you know, amazing, and the good that is done throughout the world for people who are in need that doTERRA helps provide, you know, for, I mean, it's beautiful. Days for Girls is a program that doTERRA is involved in, and there, you know, and locally there's an organization of Days for Girls, and I have checked into it because my 11-year-old granddaughter's starting to sew, and you know, I thought that that would be a neat thing that we could start making the pads for the girls, and you know, it's basic sewing and it's something that she would learn to give to others. So we, you know, I have a lot to be thankful for with doTERRA.
Yes. And Days for Girls is just one of the many, many programs and projects that doTERRA supports. So I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you mentioning that as well.
Certainly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being with us and sharing your knowledge and experiences. When people watch this and they'd like to connect with you, how can they do that? Do you have a contact information you'd like to provide?
Yes, I have an email that it's wellness is essential oils wellnessisessentialoils@gmail.com. So it's kind of a long one, but wellnessisessentialoils@gmail.com. And then Gloria Smith. So that'd be wonderful if anyone was, want to connect with me. I'm here.
Perfect. Thank you again. And have a great day, everyone. See you next time.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you, Addie. Bye-bye.